Hi, welcome to Horror News Network's Look Back on 2018. I'm Christine Caprolozzi here with
Sean.
And Larry Dwyer.
And today we're going to discuss 3 of 2018's biggest movies: Halloween, A Quiet Place, and Bird Box.
Bird Box.
So, where do we want to start? Do we want to start with Halloween, which was...
I think...
that was probably the most highly anticipated...
We all pretty much have the same opinion on it, so this will be a good conversation.
Well, I think it was... The expectations on it were so high, and it was, to me, the most anticipated horror film of the year. So, I don't know, Larry, do you want to get started?
Sure. Just thinking back to when I first heard that there was going to be another Halloween... Of course, as a horror fan, it's excitement. You're excited. You want to see Michael Myers again. That's great. Then the nervousness came in when I heard Kenny Powers was attached to it. Danny McBride. Sorry, Danny.
Powers.
Kenny Powers, whatever. When I heard he was attached, I said, that's a little strange. I don't honestly see why he would be attached. But then. A friend of mine, actually John from Planet Comics, said, well, how do you know that he's not a giant horror fan and has been a giant horror fan his whole life and this has been his dream? So I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. What about you? What about you guys? First time you heard about it, what was your...
Well, are we actually getting into how the movie was, or...
Oh, we will. I'm sure we'll get
how we felt when we first heard about it.
Yeah, well...
Those are 2 completely different things.
They are 2 completely different things.
Nervous. I think I would agree nervous.
Yeah, just McBride being attached, I was a little... perplexed.
Apprehensive.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been a big player in Hollywood for a while.
Yep.
Now, especially in the
comic world. So I love him.
Yeah, absolutely. And he did the Alien movie, so he did have a little bit of horror chops here. So I put trust in him.
Yeah.
I was excited because Jamie Lee Curtis was coming back.
Yes.
And then once John Carpenter was signed on and everything, I really felt like, okay, this could be really good because, they just redid It, which was a big deal.
Yep.
And to me, that was a good movie. So I was like, well, maybe this could have the same thing because, again, I'm a huge Jamie Lee Curtis fan. So with her attached, Carpenter attached, I was like, this could be really good. So my expectations, I tried to temper them, but they were way up here.
Yeah, I think most everybody's...
It's an iconic franchise.
I think most everybody's were. Yeah. I mean, you remember what Rob Zombie did to them, and you remember... parts 5, 6, 7, all those, and but you still just hope. You hope for the best.
That's all you can do.
And we didn't. I don't think in any of our opinion we got the best.
No, I think personally what we got was the promise of picking up after the original and bringing that back, that aura, that storyline, bringing all that back, plus what we were hoping they would skip over, the Rob Zombie effect with the gore and the senseless killings, the ridiculous body count.
Right.
Unfortunately, we got a mishmash of the 2 as opposed to just kind of ignoring one and going off of the original.
And I wish they didn't ignore the rest of the franchise because I think there was a lot of possibilities missed.
Yep.
Especially with Jamie Lee Curtis's depth as an actress, they could have gone a little bit into that family dynamic. Mm-hmm. Also, as well as the PTSD. They could have done a lot more.
Right.
A lot more with that, I think, and I think it just came off as, like you said, like the random killings. Like the original, he was very much focused on Laurie Strode, and here it was just his little.
Jason Voorhees.
It
was all over.
It was almost a coincidence that he ended up facing off with.
Yeah, he's just stumbling into random houses, killing anybody.
She's waiting for him, and he has no. It's almost like he doesn't even know she exists.
Right. And you talk about the lost opportunity with Jamie Lee Curtis. I think that might be the biggest downfall to Halloween is they didn't really give her character enough to make it a powerful movie.
Yeah, and it's not like she doesn't have the depth as an actress.
Oh yeah.
So I really thought that was a missed opportunity with that as well. And so let's move on to the next one where I think it really succeeded as far as talking about kind of that emotional depth is A Quiet Place.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is one I didn't see till later. Was this a summer? Was it a summer film? Or even before summer?
I think it was early summer.
Yeah, I actually didn't see it until winter, until beginning of winter, and I was upset with myself that I didn't get to see it in the theater because I think it would have even been that much more powerful. In a theater with actual speakers rather than my home without actual
Yep.
speakers. But yeah, I thought that A Quiet Place was really well done. Very tense. The tension was incredible, and they started it right from the beginning. Right when you see the little kid with the toy, you know that this is not going to end well.
Spoiler
Right.
alert.
Yeah.
Great way to begin the movie.
Oh yeah.
Grab you by the throat. You know.
Yep.
Again, though, kind of like the Danny McBride situation with Halloween, John Krasinski, not known to be a horror guy.
Jim.
Right.
Jim from The Office.
Jim
He's
Halpert.
Jim from The Office, but he's also Jack Ryan.
Right.
He just took over that role. So it's like, what does this guy have to do with horror? And to hear he had so much control over the entire project, it kind of raised doubts in my mind whether it could be good.
Right.
But you know what? It was. Maybe it's not the horror film, but the suspense and just all of that. It does give you your money's worth. It is a very, very good film.
And I think you touched on it there, the suspense. It wasn't all gore. You know, like
No,
there was that
no.
element there, but it was a tense film. And even the lighting, the one scene where the waterfall's coming over and she's hiding behind the noise of the waterfall, holding her child, like that's real kind of psychological suspense.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and the lighting, the whole mood of it was just very, was very tense. And
Birth scene in the tub.
yeah, like
The silo. See, yeah, it has those moments.
Yeah.
Where you don't realize it, but you're watching and you realize your arms are glued to the side of your chair and you're all tense. You don't even realize it till you
Right.
take a step back and you're like, "Whoa, this movie's got me."
yeah, I think that was kind of an instant classic for everyone. I think that was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was very good. Definitely.
And it's good to know that our buddy J.K. it was his top film of the year. I think he actually.
Oh, was it one of his?
Yeah.
It premiered at South by Southwest. I think he was there.
Probably
Saw the
was.
premiere of it.
He just put it out.
He saw the buzz. He saw it
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, he just
And
put his
follow-
list out, and it is JK's #1 film of the year.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see people thinking that. Absolutely. Not my #1, but it's definitely in there in my list.
So they weren't allowed to make any noise, as opposed to the other big buzz movie of the year, where they couldn't see anything.
Ah,
So now we're gonna have a lively conversation.
Yeah, well, because it's the movie that launched 1,000 memes, right?
yes, it is.
The Bird Box.
Still going.
Still
Yeah,
going.
still
Man,
going,
never get
still
old.
going strong.
Yeah, a lot of hate, out there.
Yeah.
You guys gotta let it go.
Not necessarily hate.
Oh, no,
but,
that's hate. You hate.
There's a lot of it was derivative of a lot. Let's say A Quiet Place, even or The Happening.
You know for a fact that this book was written 5 years
No, I understand
before
that. I
they even
understand
filmed
that.
A Quiet Place.
I get it. But you see the Quiet. I don't know which film was made first.
Actually, Bird
Was
Box
Bird Box
was made
made
first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's a good movie. I'm sorry.
I just feel like I'll never get that 2 hours back.
Listen, I think it's a really good movie. Is it perfect? No, absolutely not. It's definitely not a perfect movie. But you talk about A Quiet Place. Like A Quiet Place, I thought they did really well at building the tension. I think Sandra Bullock was fantastic, and unlike Sean, I think John Malkovich was incredible.
Do you want to have a John Malkovich discussion? Right now?
Yeah.
I'm happy to have that.
Have the John Malkovich
Because
discussion.
right after Knockout
Malkovich is
Guys,
amazing.
there's a point where good actors need to retire
Yeah.
and stop with the
Well,
paychecks.
thank God Malkovich isn't
He's
there.
been coasting
yet.
for 20 years.
Listen, Malkovich was fantastic.
Listen,
not only was he
Two
fantastic.
worst accents in the history of Hollywood.
Oh, okay, we're going to talk about Rounders now.
Rounders and Knockout Guys.
Now we're going to get into the
The
card.
Russian and the mob
Yes.
accents.
Yeah, his
Horrendous.
Russian accent needs some work. I'll give you that. Thankfully, in Bird Box, he wasn't using a Russian accent, so we don't have to talk
No,
about
he's
that.
all right. Well,
He was just, he was
The typical
typical
down on his luck,
Malkovich,
angry
over the
guy.
top, yelling all the time. But what made his character so great is even though he was the asshole, he was always right. Everything he said turned out to be right. That's what made his character fantastic.
No, it's not because of him.
I don't know. I thought Bird Box definitely gets shit on for the wrong reasons. I think it's a pretty good film. Again, not perfect.
I thought it felt a little flat. Like the acting felt a little flat to me. I
Yeah.
just
The ending, I'm sorry. What does it say about the rest of us? We can't all, be
I don't
disabled
know.
in that particular way. Can we give away the ending? I don't know if we're allowed to say spoilers.
Well, listen, they were
It
disabled
burns.
and they
It
got
burns.
there. They're fine. Not everybody that was there was blind. It was just they just happened to be in a blind school.
So the bird's protected. I don't know if I forgot. To
Oh man, you just hate birds. I think that's what it comes down to.
Apparently I do. I hate birds and John Malkovich.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
all right. So why don't we go down and let's talk about just to finish it off. Let's talk about one of our favorite horror moments of the year or horror films or
Okay.
what stuck out to you, Sean?
Let's start with Larry because
Start with me.
I'm always
Okay.
curious to hear his opinion.
Always curious to hear my opinion. Well, it's not Bird Box. Bird Box was not my
I'm
favorite
just glowing about the thing.
film
Really,
of the year. It's in my top. You can check my top list. Bird Box is in there.
Were you
Hereditary
this sick?
is not, but Bird Box is.
Were you this sick
Wow.
when you watched it?
No, I was not sick at all,
Okay.
actually. Yes, people listening at home, my voice doesn't normally sound like this. I'm just dying of some form of influenza or something. The Black Plague, I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
you're
get
bringing
it.
it back.
We'll get it tomorrow.
Bring it
We'll get
back.
tomorrow.
But my two favorites, and I thought there was a lot that came out this year that was really good. Halloween not included. But there was a German film called Cold Hell, which featured one of the best female heroines I've ever seen in a film. And an Argentinian film called Terrified. Not Terrifier, a lot of people have Terrifier on their list, but the Argentinian film Terrified is not only the scariest film I've seen this year, but also probably the scariest film I've seen in multiple years. That's it.
Is that the one with the clown?
No, that's Terrifier.
I know.
See?
I'm kidding.
Terrified's a ghost, basically a ghost movie, supernatural, and Cold Hell is a revenge film. Really, really good. Both of them.
See, I would have to go with Hereditary because I think this kind of picks up where maybe Halloween could have gone in a little deeper with the PTSD aspect of it. You mean, without giving too much away, but I think Toni Collette just gives a gut-wrenching performance, you know, as a mother who loses a child, and then you have all these other elements, creepy elements that come into it.
Yeah.
Is she, really mentally ill? Is this stuff happening? And then her son, like, I just think the acting is so tremendous. The concept is tremendous. I went in there with like zero expectations. I didn't read any reviews. I didn't read anything about it. I just went in there cold to this movie. I didn't want to know. But I thought it was definitely outstanding and worth the buzz that it got afterwards. Another thing that was very popular this year, which I kind of got sucked into the vortex of, and I didn't want to like it, but I loved the comic so much, was The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. I thought that was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, and definitely worth all the binge watching.
I've heard that's really good.
Yeah.
I haven't got to see it.
seen it
Hereditary, not a big fan, but I thought Hereditary
There's
was kind of a watered down.
There's some
Rosemary's Baby.
Rosemary's Baby. Everyone
Well,
makes
I'm
a person.
just
I get it,
saying.
but-
I'm just saying.
Lot of
Toni
holes.
Collette was. I think
She was great.
She was great.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah.
was.
I mean, she's no Sandra Bullock in Bird Box.
It's true.
Gabriel
Not everybody
Byrne.
can be. Not everybody can. And there was no John Malkovich in
So
Hereditary.
Gabriel Byrne. John Malkovich was 25 years ago. Good.
I like Gabriel Byrne.
He's good. Yeah, he's good.
I don't think
He's
I've
good
seen
actor.
him since Point of No Return with Bridget Fonda though.
Yeah.
I was like, oh hey, there he is.
He
Remember
did
that
some
I
other
missed
stuff,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Usual Suspects. Remember?
Was that first? I
That was
don't
like
remember.
96,
Ah,
right? So,
I don't remember. Now we're drifting.
Anywho, yeah.
What do you got, Sean?
We're
Okay,
drifting.
so
We're
back
drifters.
to the Netflix thing vibe. I think the Haunting of Hill House was
Yeah.
a very
Yeah.
good, surprisingly. So I know there was a lot of buzz after it came out, but I kind of saw it early, right when I saw a couple comments on Twitter about it and checked it out. And then as I was watching the buzz kind of build, and then it just kind of, as anything does, it becomes popular, it gets overplayed, and people saying it's all hype, whatever. Just take it for what it is. It was a very good series.
Yeah.
You have to stick with it because it all ties together. There's a lot of, you think it's just random hauntings and jump scenes. It all ties together at the end. But the best part is you take the kind of horror or supernatural aspect out of it, and it is a story about these demons that this family is fighting. Suicide, depression, drugs and alcohol. It draws you in. A lot of people can relate to this, minus the ghosts.
I thought I thought it was great too. And
Yeah.
the other thing about The Haunting of Hill House is that the acting was so tremendous. Like usually in an ensemble, there's some weak links. There wasn't a weak link there. I thought they all did a
Even Elliot from ET was good.
yeah.
Yeah. And they hit
Timothy
a home-
Hutton.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him in a while. I
I know, I haven't
thought
seen it.
With those certain scenes though, they hit a home run.
Yeah.
yeah.
With some of the
A lot of
ghost
people
scenes and
didn't like
scary
the
scenes.
ending,
Yeah.
and I don't understand why they.
There had to be an ending,
Of course, there has to be an
but
ending.
so they weren't.
I
People weren't going to
enjoyed
be satisfied no matter what.
I
it
guess
was.
not.
But it was a good series.
Yeah. Netflix
so-
kind of knocked it out of the park this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even listen, you guys shit on the Bird Box. How many
The Bird Box.
How many views? How many views did they
Was it like
get?
4 point something million
It's
in 2
insane.
weeks? Yeah.
Insane. What else you got?
I mean, hey, that's it. I
Okay.
unfortunately did not see a whole lot of movies or other shows that
Yeah.
were really that I could really rave about
Right.
outside of what we already talked about. So
Yep. Awesome.
All right, I guess that's what we got. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll catch you on the flippity flop.
See you soon.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you like what you see and want to see more of
This.
this, click below and subscribe to our Patreon page. Thanks.